Hello, people of the internet. If you've been paying attention, I got this as a Christmas present, the CEN Racing F250 mall crawler, if you want to call it that. It wasn't this past Christmas, it was Christmas before. And then I kind of started gathering some parts to get rid of the Watts link and put in leaf spring suspension and then get screws and then I don't know, it kind of got put on the back burner even though I had most of the parts and I took it apart and got rid of some of the chassis lift to it because it was very tall before. It is now shrunk down. This is supposed to look like my daily driver since I drive a Ford F150 Power Boost. Um, this is the closest thing to it. Street-like, CEN recently came out with the Ranger. So the Ford Ranger has even shorter suspension to it. Haven't really looked into that. I wanted to get this completed before I even saw that, but funds are limited due to Traxxas. We'll just leave it at that. And that Bigfoot X Monster thing. But aside from that, you know how much I like Bigfoot, and I drive something that's a big blue Ford. But I wanted to give a quick update on this vehicle. I do want to change out the rims because mine are black. Maybe go with the bigger tire because it looks like I have some clearance here, but wanted to show you what I have done so far to it. Um, just from this picture, you can see I eliminated the lift. You see it better once I take the body off. It does have the sticker on the back like my daily driver, Lion King paw print. So there is the chassis and some of the stuff that I've done to it to get it down lower because I'm not exactly a big fan of mall crawlers. But you can see I put a leaf spring system in, just a Chinese knockoff found on eBay. I think it was from eBay. It's been a while. And then some, so that gives it the spring. Still has torsion bars, but eliminated the double torsion bars and the lift because there used to be an extra piece here for the double lift. Um, my truck has a side step, so I'd like to build a side step out. Um, Although I do want to get rid of the side step, it would be nice if I got the Ford F-150 that had the step that moved, but that was not in the package that I got because I drive XLT package. But I would like a side step on this. Um, it has just inner spring shocks to give the look. Kind of want to paint these black or see if I can get black ones. Paint's probably cheaper, so I'll probably do that. But you can see the leaf spring system here and here. It's only 2 leaves left because when I first installed it, it did basically just mount up to the frame. Um, Maybe we should zoom in a little bit better on that. It did just mount up to the frame where you would think it would go. The rear was quite easy, even keeping my pinion angle to where it wasn't terrible. Um, it's fully functional. In fact, the front has more of a weird pinion than the back. Uh, the angle over here at the cup. It is not terribly off and functions well enough. I did have to clock the axle, which means taking the end off and just rotating it. And if you'll notice, there is a servo on axle kit. Thank you, Tony at CCXRC, for 3D printing the servo on axle with a shorter uh, servo arm, although it does not steer very well, um, probably due to the stock ESC radio combo with the amount of throw, because everything else on here is stock or I move stuff around. I'm not sure if that's the same battery tray. I think I might have changed that out for this Velcro version. I don't remember. I prefer it over the piece that taps down into it. There's one that has a swivel piece, and you swivel it and take it up, and those are annoying, especially on the CEN HL150 Ford Ranger. The body's really close to the frame, so you really can't take the battery out once it's in unless you switch over to this Velcro type style. So still have to check to see if the transmission is in high speed gear or low speed gear. Take it apart and look at it, make sure. But again, it doesn't have real good steering, and it is a very long vehicle still. So in the winter months when you go to drive it, you have to do a 3-point turn in the hallway. You can't just turn. So totally possible if I had more funds in my pocket, could throw another servo on axle, front axle on the back, and have four-wheel steering as needed if I wanted to go there. But for now, this is where the project sits. I do have a list of stuff. I noticed some headlight buckets in the bumpers, so I want to grab some red in the back, at least for the bumpers. The chaos upgrades, and there's a couple of places that sell stuff for this, has headlights and side marker lights and lights underneath the mirrors like mine has, and cab marker lights and tail lights on all of that. You can go crazy with that. If you saw my drift car, that is the body off my 4x4 just put on there. I do have a clear body, and I would like to go there and give it that nice headlight look, especially with the LEDs that wrap around the front. If you know what I'm talking about, they sell stuff where it will look like the real stock version of it. But that's my update on that. Stay tuned for more, and when it gets warmer, we'll do running video and possibly even go there with the four-wheel steering, maybe a better radio, especially if I start adding more lights. So basically, it's just stock continuous suspension. And yes, it's been a year. Sometimes that happens. It sits on the bench, collects dust. I got re-inspired when the Ranger came out, got everything I needed, and there we have where we're at for the moment. Again, mine comes with black wheels, or has black wheels on it. Wouldn't mind a lot of chrome and a platinum package that has the step and the mirrors that turn in, because my garage door, or my garage is a single car garage, it doesn't fit without pulling the mirrors in. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, click the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more RC action, RC fun, RC projects that I'm constantly working on. So have a good day, and if you're watching this video after it just been released, try to stay warm out there. It's very cold in this country. Have a nice day.